the TLG Group Global, crafting the future of hospitality in venture capital.
A warm welcome to all our participants and thank you for joining us today. We are truly delighted to have you here. I would like to apologize on behalf of Rahim Lakhani for not joining the webinar today due to traveling purposes. But today we have Gagandeep Singh, Martin Hernandez, Nisam Hussain with us as the speaker. This webinar is about focusing on having a transparent conversation to understand TLG's vision and the residency and citizenship by investment opportunities in Latvia and Portugal. How TLG Global is managing to structure work in various sectors and also advantages whether you are looking to expand your business for a European lifestyle or benefits from visa-free access across the Schengen region. It's essential to understand how both of these golden visas option might align with your personal or professional goals. My name is Tarandeep Kaur. You may also know as Tara Kohli, and I worked in PR and events and currently working as a business development analyst at TLG Global. I'll be your moderator for this season. Let me begin by introducing our first speaker. We are pleased to welcome Gagandeep Singh. Is a business graduate originally from India and currently based in Portugal, fluent in various languages, including Portuguese. He brings expertise from luxury tourism, hospitality operations to luxury aviations. Having managed multiple guest properties and sales operations in private aviations, he is now working as a personal assistant to the board at TLG Global. He works closely on strategic operations, planning, and execution along the board. Today, he will walk us through the profile of TLG Global, giving us a clear picture of who TLG Global is and which sectors we are in and how to manage a secure pathway. So moving forward, speaker 2 will be the Martin Hernandez, which will be next. I'm delighted again to introduce our speaker. Martin Hernandez is a professional in commercial management, logistic consulting, and real estate fund investments with strong expertise in market analysis and asset marketing, and especially in European regions. He has been instrumental in shaping investment strategies. He will be sharing his views on Platinum Smart Hospitality Funds. To our third speaker, Nisam Hussain, welcome to you. He has experience of over 14 years in business development, and Nisam specializing in forming strategic partnerships and guiding clients through immigration paths, and his in-depth understanding of the immigration policies and market insights makes him a key advisor in client success journeys. Today, he will be sharing his views on residency by investment program, Lux One Smart Hospitality Investment Latvia. So welcome to all. Hello, everyone. So today we will be sharing some questions and having some debates to describe your views according to the TLG Latvia and Portugal. So let me start with our esteemed guest, Gagandeep Singh. So I would like to ask, how would you describe the vision of TLG Global? Unmute. Not hear you.
Sorry. First of all, Tara, I would like to thank you so much for this incredible introduction, and I am glad to be a part of this webinar. I hope my insights are useful for our viewers. So, answering your question, I would like to some light on TLG Global. TLG Global embodies a forward-thinking vision of creating sustainable value through integrated real estate and investment solutions. As started on our website, we aim to redefine global living by bridging opportunities between investors and communities and strategic locations. TLG Global's philosophy rests on 3 pillars: innovation, sustainability, and trust. In essence, we don't just build properties. TLG Global curate ecosystem where businesses and lifestyle thrives. And our innovation is leveraging cutting-edge technology in construction and asset management. And with sustainability, we prioritize eco-friendly developments. Example, one of our properties, Wyndham Residences in Bucelish, Wyndham Garden, apologies. And trust, we build long-term partnerships with clients, governments, and brands like Wyndham. as I just mentioned. And this introduction does not just define what we do, but also what our future looks like, and how we thrive to make our presence in the market. And this is just the beginning of what we try to do, and with the time we are of course evolving.
So, as you mentioned, we are in a lot of diversity sectors and departments TLG is involved in. Can you mention some names or the sectors or the departments we do in TLG internally, or how we manage it?
Of course, I can surely tell you about that. TLG operates as a multidisciplinary warehouse across departments and key sectors that we are working in. Some of the departments I would like to enlighten are technical departments, which are architecture, which includes also the interior designers. Then we have engineering, civil, mechanical, and electrical and construction departments. And we also, for the support, we have supply chain, IT, Marcom, which is marketing and communications, and then we have business development. And on part of the financials, we also have a finance department, which includes treasury, accountancy, and we also then have legal department, which look after all the important documents, and if we comply with the law and everything, they provide us with the robust information that they have available. And just for the information, our organization chart grows faster than our projects as well. Sometimes we have a lot of departments and people keep involving in that. And if I talk about our sectors are in hospitality and real estate. And then we also do asset management. We curate high yield portfolios for the properties. And then we also have citizenship by investment. We are regulated by CMVM and partnering with councils like Diaspora. These are some of the key sectors that TLG is currently working in. And our reach is from Lisbon to Dubai. We are a global company with offices all over the globe. And TLG is synonymous with the executive excellence. I would like to put it like that.
Taking forward from this, like we are involved in citizenship by investment. So I would like to ask Martin to briefly tell us about the Platinum Fund. How is it structured?
Hi, hi everyone. Watching us, our viewers. So Platinum One is an investment opportunity specifically dedicated for foreign nationals that want to have a fast track application process for a European citizenship. So in this case, the Platinum One offers a 5-year program. Okay, in this case, this is the Portuguese Residency by Investment program. That is 5 years. Once you obtain your residency card, you do have to renew it twice. That's why it's 5 years. At the end of those 5 years, investors will have two options. They can either apply for permanent residency, or they can apply for citizenship. Permanent residency should be relatively quick after completing the 5 years in the temporary residency program. After that, they will swiftly become, permanent residents in Portugal. Aside from that, if they do want to, obtain citizenship, the Portuguese passport, one of the strongest passports in the world, of course, they will have to apply. It should not be more than a year and a half after the 5-year process has concluded, and then they will obtain a relatively fast track process in citizenship in this case. Now, besides that, Platinum One is an investment fund. So besides granting investors the opportunity of having a temporary residency card that can turn into either a permanent residency or a path for citizenship, they can also, this is also an investment opportunity, meaning that Platinum is composed by four different categories: category A, B, C, and D. Now, these last two, category C and category D, are a bit different. They're not necessarily aimed at investors. Category C is aimed for advisors. It's an advisor category. And category D is the Lakhani family stake at the investment in the investment fund. So it's a category that was reserved only for the Lakhani family in order to show the commitment of the board in the fund as well. Now, category A and category B are aimed at the investors, and category A specifically is the preferred category for golden visa purposes, in this case for residency by investment purposes. What this means is that category A allows investors and grants investors a fixed return on investment of 2.89% on the invested amount. Now, why am I mentioning invested amount? Because even though Portuguese law requires 500,000 investment for this kind of vehicle, in this case an investment fund, the minimum requirement is 500,000. They can invest a minimum of 250. Why? This allows for investors to diversify the portfolio. Okay, so instead of putting the whole 500,000 in Platinum, they can choose to invest 250,000 euros in Platinum One and another 250,000 in another fund. They just have to make sure that the other fund is also eligible for golden visa purposes. Platinum One is a regulated CMVM fund. So this means that CMVM, which is the regulatory entity in Portugal, has approved this fund and allows this fund to be operating for these purposes. Okay, so investors, if they want to diversify the portfolio, besides investing in Platinum, they also have to make sure that the other funds are also eligible for these purposes. In this case, residency by investment purposes. Okay, so they just have to make sure that the other ones are also available. Besides that, like I was saying, there is a return on investment. It's 2.89 on the invested amount. It can be 250, it can be 300, it can be the full 500,000 or more. They can choose to invest more if they so choose to. The 2.89, it's an annual ROI, which means that it will be distributed annually. And investors have two options. They can either keep the return investment in the investment, so in this case in the fund, creating a compounded effect, or they can retrieve and withdraw the ROI on an annual basis. Depends on what they prioritize. If they prioritize higher returns on a long-term plan, they will keep the money, creating a compounded effect. If annual liquidity is a priority to them, then withdrawing the return investment is also an option for those purposes as well. So regarding the fund itself, it is a closed-ended fund, which means that there is a raise capital that will end in September this year, September 2025. And after that, there will be no more raising of capital. It will start the investment period. Okay, the life cycle of the fund is 11 years. The last 2 years are the divestment period. The divestment period has a 7% fixed return on investment. Okay, so the last 2 years have a 7% fixed return on investment. This is a way to reward the long-time investors. Okay, so investors can exit either at the 7th year, that is the minimum required stay after you have invested in Platinum One. Why 7 years? 7 years is an amount of time that allows the full process, in this case, the residency by investment process, to be completed. Okay, so we are accounting for some of the delays that we have verified with the Portuguese Immigration Agency called IMA. There has been extensively reported that there have been a lot of delays. So even though the program itself is 5 years, we do want to account for these kinds of delays. So hence why it is a 7-year minimum requirement until they can exit their position. And of course, at the end of those 7 years, investors can be assured that the participation units that they have acquired for the invested amount can be 250, can be 500,000. They will be purchased back at nominal amount. So that way, that investment, it is secured. Okay, so it is a secure investment in Platinum One. Okay, so besides that, there are some other costs that you can schedule a private meeting if you're interested, and we can discuss that more extensively. We're talking about, for example, the submission costs, the cost of the residency card itself, and other costs that can and are associated with this. For example, regarding the Portuguese the Portuguese government, it does require at least 7 days per year during this 5-year process, but they can be distributed in a number of ways. The investors can choose to come to Portugal once a year for 7 years, for 7 days, or they can choose, for example, to come in the second year for 14 days, 2 weeks, and they can also choose to come to Portugal in the 5th year for 21 days. Okay, so this means that they are distributing their days, even though it is a 7-day requirement, they are accumulating the days of other years in the 2nd and the 5th year, respectively. Okay, and that is also fine. That is also allowed by the Portuguese government. And it means, for example, some nice vacations, let's say a 2-week vacation and a 3-week vacation. Okay, and it is a bit more pleasant that way. They don't have to be constantly coming every year in order to secure that requirement. Okay, so that is also something that that is also very very important to mention, and for investors to be aware that it is flexible in that manner. What TLG also offers to investors is a free 7-day stay in any of our hospitality assets. Like Gagandeep said, there are some hospitality assets that we have. I can tell you that that TLG plans to open this year at least 2 hospitality assets. In this case, would be the Fatima Hotel. Fatima is a religious city. Okay, it's the religious center, if you will, of Portugal, and a lot of people come, especially during this month. Actually, May is a very popular month for tourism in Fatima, and it has gained a lot of attention, especially, for example, when the previous Pope Francis came to Portugal. He made sure that he passed through Fatima, so it has become a very popular tourism attraction for Catholics around the world. Okay, so it is a very interesting city, and that's one of the locations where TLG is opening a hotel. And the other one is in Alcácer do Sal. It's near Setúbal. It's around 1 hour from Lisbon. Also a very interesting location, a very nice location, very quiet as well. And so those are 2 assets that once they're open, investors can come in and stay in those hotels 7 days per year at no cost. Okay, so that way we are also saving them that particular cost that they would be incurring otherwise. So having said that, that's essentially it. I mean, there's another category, which is category B. That is a pure venture capital category, which means that it is tied directly to the performance of the fund. Okay, the fund is targeting a 12% internal rate of return per year. But of course, like I said, because category A is a fixed return investment category, those investors that are in category A will always be prioritized, and they will receive their return investment first. Only after category A investors have received their dividends, their return investment, only after that will category B investors receive theirs. Of course, there is an upside because it can go above the 2.89, which is the fixed return investment in category A, depending on the performance of the fund, which we are targeting to at least be 12%, but although it can vary. Okay, so we just have to make sure that people understand that it can vary and it is not fixed at the category B returns. So having said that, that's essentially it. I don't know if you have any questions regarding the fund, Tara, that I can answer. Sorry.
No, it was very beautifully or detailed structured actually. And my next question was, can you mention, because you are from Portugal, you have the Portugal European market knowledge. So can you mention about two projects we are launching or we are owning? So you already mentioned two projects, Fatima and very gracefully. So it was very well explained. Taking further from this only, Misam, if I would like to ask you why Latvia is getting more popular in the European market, to first understand that, and Latvia project is a different part, but why Latvia is getting more attention in the whole European market, if you can share your views on that.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes. Now.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tara. Thank you for that introduction which you made in the beginning. Thank you so much for that. And I'm sorry, I'm facing little trouble with my internet, but as far as I'm audible, it's well and good. And first of all, I want to congratulate the whole team who is working on this webinar sessions. We have moved from giving presentation to discussion, so we are doing good in terms of that. Of course, we are missing Banda Mukta in the session because she is there most of the time in all the webinars. So we will see her next week probably. And yeah, coming back to the questions which you just mentioned. Why Latvia is becoming popular and the RBI destination in the European market. So so I will say that Latvia is becoming a popular destination for the residency by investment, which is RBI in the European market, due to several factors which are strategic, economic, and legal advantages. So just break down each and every factor. So number one factor is because of the strategic location within and Shenzhen area. Everyone here present in the webinar will agree to that. The strategic location of EU and especially the Latvia. So Residency Latvia grant visa free to Shenzhen area, and that means visa free to complete 20 countries, including Latvia, to 29 countries. It's attractive for investors looking for broader European mobility. So then, talking about the Latvia geographical position within the Western Europe makes it a logistical hub for the business targeting both EU and Eastern European markets. One factor is because of the strategic location. Then comparatively low investment is also one of the factors, because if you compare it with other programs available, you are offering residency by investment program. Latvia offers relatively affordable investment route compared to EU's, for example. So there are multiple options for Latvia. So when we talk about the real estate, the ticket price is 250,000 euros plus the fees. And then there's an option of bank deposit or government bond purchase, and the ticket price that is 250,000 plus the fees. Okay, and that is the minimum investment. You can go beyond that also. And there is another option which we are TLG Global dealing with, that is investment in a business, and ticket size for that is 100,000 euro plus the donation of 10,000 euro and some nominal fees. So the lower threshold than countries like we can say Portugal or Ireland or Greece or Malta, which makes Latvia more accessible. So so the second most important point is comparatively low investment when it is compared to other EU countries. And the third most important point here is fast and simple application process. So Latvia's RBI process is known to be the faster and the more straightforward than some other EU countries. So residency permit can often be obtained within 2 months, and that is like the max I'm talking about. 2 to 3 month is the max, which makes it short processing time of the program. And then there's no language requirement or interview for the initial residency. And this is the most important, and that makes the application process fast. And that is why the program is more favorable and more just like Tara asked, like what make it popular. So these are few points. And coming back to other points, path to the EU citizenship. So this particular program, which will benefit while RBI doesn't directly lead to citizenship, Latvia offer a long-term path to EU citizenship. That is after 10 years of residency, the investor or the person who have invested in the country, they may apply for the citizenship also. And residents can apply for permanent residency after 5 years, and later for neutralization. And so it takes around 5 years if other criteria are met. So and then when you talk about lifestyle and cost of living, it is affordable European lifestyle. Riga, the capital, being the capital, offers a high standard of living at the fraction of cost, and other cost. And good healthcare and education, like everyone knows that in most of the part in the EU, the health and the education comes in handy. And people get free healthcare and education once they become the citizen or maybe the residents of the country. So that is also making Latvia more popular. And when you talk about political stability, that is something which is quite there in everyone's mind, because it shares a border with Russia. So what is the political stability? As a full EU and NATO member, Latvia offers political and legal stability, making it secure destination for foreign investor concerned about the asset protection. So these are few points. Probably I've just mentioned like 5 points here, where why Latvia is popular and why everyone are talking about Latvia. I hope I have answered the question.
Yeah, you have mentioned not one, actually, a lot of points and very accurate. Moving forward with the same following questions, like who do you think should be the target audience? Who should apply? Because it is 100K euro investment. What kind of category we can target, the country or the people or the person? So do you have any suggestions or idea in your mind for the targeted audience?
It's very simple, Tara. I can say that anyone who is ready to invest and looking forward to settle in EU, they are the target audience and they are the one who should apply. But still, to give you an elaborate answer on this, I will say the ideal target audience for Latvia residency by investment program includes individual who seek EU residency benefits through real estate, financial investment, or business investment. So these are the target investment. And just to break a little more on that, so I can say that non-EU high network worth individuals, which we generally call them HNWIs. So these are the individuals from the country outside European Union who want to gain visa-free access to Schengen area. They are the one who can apply for this. People who are looking to expand their business people seeking EU market access, entrepreneur or investor looking to expand operations into European Union or set up a business presence in the region, they are the one who can apply. Or I can say individual seeking an affordable EU residency option. So those who are looking for low cost RBI programs compared to other EUs, they are the one who can apply. So I hope I've answered the question. So there's no limit. Anyone who falls under this category, they can apply for Latvia residency by program.
Thank you so much. And moving forward with the residencies and citizenship, Latvia and Portugal, I would like to mention Gagan. can you tell us about, apart from residency and citizenship or investment pathways, what TLG is like, which sector they are rapidly increasing their pathways, and they are very involving, increasing their visibility and their working power, you can say. So what is the focused sector they are involved in, apart from residency and citizenship?
Of course, Tara. So, as the tremendous job done by our business development team, our residency programs continue to thrive, as we all know, and but putting light on the other sectors that are experiencing growth right now. I'm particularly excited about these two sectors that I'm going to talk about right now, which are experiencing the growth tremendously. First, I want to talk about our construction division. You know, working with the Zima as the COO of the company, I have been in plenty of the meetings with the architecture engineers and supply chain and the construction departments. You know, going to the projects, making the site visits. This is the department that is firing all cylinders, I would say. And we are currently delivering these beautiful Wyndham hotel properties in strategic locations across Portugal. And you know, this hotel that we are delivering in Bucelas, just outside Lisbon, it's not so far, it's just 20 minutes drive. Just outside Lisbon, we are transforming this historic Quinta de Porto Velho estate. And as mentioned by Martim a while ago, uh, down in Alentejo, in Alcácer do Sal, we are unlocking this untapped potential that lies in that area. And also in Fatima, we are creating hospitality spaces that have served the millions of religious tourists visiting each year. You know, and but here's what really matters is these aren't just construction projects to us. Each one is carefully designed to become an economic catalyst for its region. You know, Alcácer do Sal, with all its peace and all its nature and all its Alentejo experience that you have over there. You know, there's this beautiful pool in front of our hotel, the beautiful bridge that lies over there. These hotels just you know, outshine the nature of that area. And that's how these construction departments, they work closely with all these, considering all these sectors and making it look fantastic. And all the legal requirements following them, and with the municipalities, and how would we want these future hotels to look like, you know. And all the materials that we have, choosing the materials in a way that it is never done before. So construction department is doing a very great job on that. And moving on, the second that I would like to talk about is the after effects of the construction department's job is the hospitality. The hospitality sector right now is really coming into its own pace. What sets us apart is our true and end-to-end capabilities. We don't just design hotels in this in the hotels that I just talked about. It's we bring them to life and operate them. This comprehensive approach is why we are becoming the preferred partner for global brands looking to establish a presence in Portugal. These hotels for Wyndham, and right now, as I just mentioned about the construction department's work, which is not which is a careful work, you know, looking very closely all these subjects and making hospitality also a way that has never Portugal has never felt. And I think these are the two departments that are experiencing exponential growth as of now. I hope it answers your question.
Yes, beautifully answered. Because that's how I explain when we are saying we use that investment on some projects. That project is not something somebody, we are not depending on somebody, but we do design, construct, and also bring that to the life. We do it by our own. So we have all the departments by ourselves. We have a proper control on us, on our vision, how we want to make it, how we want to expand it. So that is very beautifully answered. But how you maintain the transparency in construction with your investors? So that transparency ensures insurance. How TLG provides that?
Of course. So transparency is an absolute must at TLG. I would like to inform all of us, and it's not simply optional in how we operate. here's exactly how we make sure every stakeholder stays informed. I will just give you some examples of how we do that. We basically put monthly reports for on our secure portal, and all of the reports are with images and with the percentages of the tasks completed. First, we provide a comprehensive monthly reports that go into real detail. These aren't just high level overviews. They break down each phase of development, from initial stage present preparation through the infrastructure works and actual construction, and right down to the finishing touches on amenities. You'll see a clear visual trackers, and each month on month you can see how these tasks were executed and what were the measures that were taken. And you will see these showing percentages completion, which gives you an idea of with these pictures you can estimate if this part of the work was done and this percentage was done. We can get an estimate that this would take this amount of time. And for example, we might show that phase 1 in 37 is 37% complete, just an example. And next month, with the pictures done and the tasks executed with the materials and the resources that we utilized, the next time the percentage will be increased. Eventually it comes to an end, comes to 100%. And we are working on that. We also maintain transparent risk logs that don't just identify potential blockers but show exactly how we are addressing them. And gaining the trust is the most important part in these reports. And beyond these reports, we have implemented secure online portals that give authorized partners real-time access to the project's data whenever they need it, and however they want to see it. They have their filters they can use online. And because we believe in accountability, all our work undergoes rigorous third-party audits to independently verify both quality and timelines. Okay, and to give you a concrete example, finishing my answer with this, take our Bucelas development. Our reports there provide such granular detail, which you can track the status of every single villa. We have 37 villas in that property, and starting from when we pour the foundation of the renovations and the insides of the villas that were constructed, be it a stair, be it a door, be it a space for a window, and all these way go through the final landscaping work and how does it looks like. So these report have all the specifications that you would want to see in a report, and you would be wanting to trust after if you give them a good look and if you go through all these reports.
Beautifully answered, and actually that is very transparent and pure and give the accurate of the current status to the investor, how their investment is we are using and how we are developing. So that is also very nice. Moving forward with the same kind of with the Martin, actually how would you like to describe like Portugal is also the top priority residency or investment purposes in the country for the EU. So why you think Portugal become popular so sudden, or there are some points like it was also very popular and currently also it is very popular even after the delays. So if you can share some your views on it. You are mute.
Right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? Sorry.
Yeah.
We are experiencing some delay. Sorry. So Portugal has indeed become very popular, and that is no surprise, to be honest. There's a lot of it's a beautiful country, a Mediterranean country, a lot of demand. The cost of living for certain nationals is not very high, which is a plus. And people really are drawn nowadays to the Portuguese how do you call it, lifestyle, the fact that Portuguese people are earnest, they are kind, and it has really become a shining what do you call it, a shining option for people that like an interesting location to be in Portugal and in Europe. So what I can say about investors that were looking for Portugal in the last 5 years is a warm country, warm people, and the investment itself, at least for example in platinum, is a very secure investment. So you're combining becoming a resident in a country that is excellent weather, like we have today, for example, with the fact that you have a secure investment that it's not only for you, but it can be for your family as well. Okay, so in this case, I think Portugal has gained a lot of popularity, a lot of fame. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. The fact that the residency program is relatively fast compared, for example, to other countries, not to Latvia. Latvia is, of course, the fastest one, but compared to other countries which no longer allow with a lot of restrictions, Portugal is still available for this kind of program. So the fact that it's still available, that is very intuitive, it's not very restrictive, that's why it has become a very interesting option for investors.
Yes. So can you also mention about, like, because we are also talking about TLG, so, and the residencies, we do have the two previous funds, like it was so OSS and the CBH. So can you explain how was the track record for to new viewers who are investing with us for the first time? They can
Of
also
course.
understand like how was the previous rate, previous track record, or the interest, or some numbers maybe from the previous one, so they can understand how was like we dwelt in the last two funds.
Yeah, absolutely. So our previous funds, the ones that you mentioned, so CBH, which means Class and Business, and Oasis, they are derived from companies that TLG owns, and they have become themselves. They are not investment funds in the capacity that we're talking about, and I want to make sure, and I want to make very clear that nowadays it's not possible. It's no longer possible to obtain residency by investment through real estate. That was discontinued 2 years ago at the time by the Portuguese government, and that is no longer the case. It's no longer available. Even this option, the investment option, in this case the Platinum 1 option in TLG, it cannot have, or cannot the investment fund cannot invest in real estate operations, whether they are in a direct or even in an indirect way. So it cannot be related to real estate operations. So I just want to make sure that even though our track record with the other funds being real estate funds, has been very positive, and in fact, we have had an internal rate of return of between 13 to 18%. Our real estate assets have valued over 150%. So there has been an appreciation of over 150%. In a very short time period, we're talking about 2-3 years. That's really reflects the way in which we carefully analyze and invest in real estate properties. Okay, so what we do is we analyze, for example, distressed assets, or what we call non-performing loan assets, and we add value to them. One clear example of that is an office building that we have in Quinta da Bloura in Sintra, 20 minutes away from Lisbon. We took a building that, even though it's a very nice office building and it was already operational, unfortunately it had a very low occupancy rate of under 30%. And right now we are coming very close to a 90% occupancy rate. So that's the added value that TLG brought along. So having the capacity to attract new companies into the into the building and valuing the building much more than it was when we first purchased it. So that is one example of how the track record of TLG has become, in this case, in real estate. Now, our intention with Platinum is to invest in the hospitality operations of the hotels that we are opening, for example. And in that case, the hospitality operation will be the main area of investment of Platinum One. There are other areas like technology and education. They are all related to the hospitality operation. In the case of the education, it will be a self-sustaining way of having the best and most qualified professionals working with us in a direct route from college to a career in hospitality. And technology-wise, we're talking about smart hospitality. So technology is inevitable in this case, but those are all revolving around hospitality, so in the hospitality area. So that's why we have such confidence in our ability to have a very nice track record, is because the previous funds that we have managed, yes, they are real estate funds, but we have had a lot of success in that regard, and we believe that with Platinum One will not be an exception. We will be able to perform at the same rate, if not better.
And thank you so much. It was very well explained, like where it was, and also the current, as you mentioned, the Villora, the Sintra office, how we bring that also from under 30 to closely 90% rate of occupancy. So it was also a very nice and very efforts, the whole team efforts when we put it. We TLG make it very smooth and effectively to manage the asset and everything. So same thing I would like to ask Gagan also, how TLG make different from the other migrations company, like we are also selling the investments and residency and all, the other people also do. So how TLG Global make different about that?
Of course, Sarah. So, in my opinion, what truly sets TLG apart is our real competitive advantage, which is a proven track record. Let me share what means in practice about when I say track record. We have successfully acquired over 25 major projects. That's the scale of our operations capability. But it's not just about numbers in this case. Our partnerships speak volumes, as you know. Whether it's global brands like Wyndham or regulatory bodies like CMVM, which is Comissão de Mercado de Valores Mobiliários, or local governments with where we operate. And these aren't just numbers on papers or names on papers. These are long-term working relationships that we built on trust over time. So what's perhaps most telling is our endurance. And we have navigated multiple market cycles where others have struggled and emerged stronger each time. This resilience is built into our DNA, company's DNA, and everybody that works for it. Unlike companies that make paper promises, we back up every claim with tangible evidences. We can show you actual photos of completed projects or which are to be completed, not just renderings. Genuine testimonials from our investors, and hard data showing 100% compliance across our jurisdictions. So at TLG, it's a simple philosophy. We just don't sell dreams or possibilities. We deliver real addresses, physical locations where businesses thrive and communities grow. I think all these, when combined, makes us different from what other players are doing or what they look forward to, and this basically creates a difference, and we want to follow that until we make them into a reality, right?
Right. Very nice. Same. As we do know, some of the countries don't allow family members. This can be answered by Martin and Misam. And some of the countries allow only the main applicant, and some countries allow family members, but only the legal criteria related. So Latvia also have the apply from the family members including, and also the Portugal. So can you both mention what who can apply from the family member for Latvia, as Mason can explain, and for Portugal, who are included, Martin can explain a little bit.
Yeah. So coming to the question, who all can apply under one application? So I'm sorry, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So who all can apply under one application? So, for Latvia, it is a little more conservative when it comes to family. So family for Latvia region, it's spouse and children below 18 years, they are eligible to apply under one application. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it does. And Martin, can you explain for the Portugal part? So who can apply as a family member in Portugal?
Yes. So Portugal is very similar. Okay. I think Latvia is a bit less. It's a bit more restrictive. So in Portugal, direct family members like a spouse and the children are eligible. So with one investment, in this case, for example, 500,000, it will include the main applicant, the spouse, and children. Okay, children under 18. Other family members, like for example, parents, parents-in-law, grandparents, can also be eligible. I do believe that some financial dependency might be needed in order to prove that they will be all within the same framework of one investment. Okay, but it is a possibility. Okay, if our listeners are and viewers are interested in more detail, we can schedule always a call with them in order to clarify further. But if direct family members are also eligible, and extended family, well, when I mean extended, I mean grandparents, siblings, parents-in-law, and parents as well. It might be needed some sort of financial dependency, but it is not entirely restrictive. So, family is also. It is important to notice that usually these kind of programs are aimed in such a way that a main applicant and their family, their direct family, are all eligible under one investment. And this is to promote the fact that they can all travel together and that they can, for example, live in that country without any further hassle or having more difficulties in a process that will not allow children or the spouse. Usually these kind of programs allow all of that in order to facilitate their entry in this new country where they're investing in.
So on the contrary, I want to mention, like, some of the countries even don't allow families. On the same side, where Latvia and Portugal allow family members, but in their own legal ways and in their own respective areas. Some with their same time as Latvia has 100k euro with their own legal criteria for the family with the direct spouse and the kids and under 18. And at the same time, Portugal do allows extended family members and the parents, but they maybe some requirement for the financial dependency to show. So that's what I understood. It's very beautifully explained. I would like to just last, because we are nearby the end. Gagan, I would like to mention, do we have any expanded new sector which we are involving rapidly more and focusing to in hospitality too, because we do constructions and also we do bring them to life, management and investment. Is there any other sector TLG will be entering on operational mode very soon?
course, Tara. As I mentioned in my last answers about the things and the most importantly the things that happen in the company. TLG Global's future vision, as of working with the board, I can tell you a little bit of what I know from the meetings and from the discussions that we had. We are strategically expanding towards global footprints, and I'm excited to share that we have putting flags next in the countries like in Europe. We have recently, as we all know, we've recently established a new office in Latvia, which is a strategic gateway to both EU and Eastern European markets. And if you go to the other side in the Middle East, we are tapping into Dubai's incredibly dynamic and pro-business ecosystems for all kind of sectors that we are working in. And in Asia, we have set up a state-of-the-art showroom in China, apart from our initial offices that the company had when it was founded in India. And but what really is exciting here is that we are taking everything we have learned from our projects that we're constructing in Portugal, and we are packaging it all. And what we call is our hospitality one-stop solution. And this means that we can now offer international hotel chains our complete design build expertise. From initial concepts to the final construction of the hotels, we can provide every solution that they require. And because we are currently looking to deliver these projects this year in 2025, and these are the priority projects, we call them. And then in the next year, there are other projects that we have invested in which are coming next year. So it's full of surprises coming in these years, and these hospitality one-stop solution just leverages the experiences that we have gained over a few years in Portugal. And lastly, we are also hosting exclusive investor roadshows where we share the hard-earned lessons from these Portuguese projects. These aren't just presentations which you get bored and you don't want to your focus diverts after every few minutes. These are not just theoretical. These are real world insights from developments that are already delivering results. And as I have told before, and you must have also gotten this idea. At TLG, we don't just talk about opportunities; we also create them. So these are some of the things that are happening, and we are looking forward to do, working with the board and getting all these informations. This is just a glimpse of what is actually cooking. So let's hope for the future, and let's see how fast and achievable we can get through, and let's see where it goes, where it ends.
It looks very beautifully because we are not even learning, actually. We are doing it, and we are creating a platform for the other hotels and other properties, other people, to make it available what we have learned, and to give the experience to them and give them a one-stop solution for the construction or maybe the hospitality products, appliances and all. Well, like it is very beautifully like we are creating a different market also here to give it everything in one space also, but with the different departments and everybody in our sectors or departments, different directors, it's becoming very big family. As you mentioned, as the company grows, sectors are growing, people are getting hired, people know their role, they have their responsibilities, and the family of the TLG is also growing with this. So it's very nice. With this, I have then I'm completed with the questions. If you have the last statements, if you want to give to the audience.
I can add a little bit on this if you want.
Yeah. Yes.
I think with all these department experts and the information that we have just shared through this webinar, I think this can give the viewers and the people that are looking to invest some information on how our company is working, and this can give them the idea, and how would they want, if they have some doubts or something like that, they can reach out to our incredible team at business development. And I would looking forward to all the questions if they have something, or if you have something.
Thank you so much. Martin, would you like to say the last statement from your side?
Yes. First of all, thank you very much to everyone that has joined. I hope, at least on my end, that it was, it was useful information for you to consider if you're an investor, if you know someone that wants to invest, in Portugal, in Latvia, in Europe in general. I hope that this was a very instructive webinar. If you have any more questions, please let us know. We are here to help. We're here to inform. I myself, I can tell you that a lot of the information that people ask can vary in a case-by-case basis. So it's always very important for people to if they are very and they are really interested in investing for these purposes, to reach out, because even though we are providing general information, which is already very useful, things can vary in a case-by-case basis. So it's very important for us to give you a clear picture in your specific case.
Nice. And Misha, do you want to say something for the viewers?
Yeah, of course. First of all, thank you everyone for being part of this today's webinar. It was a pleasure sharing my insight with you, and I hope you found the session valuable and thought-provoking. A big thank you to everyone. And if you have any, questions, do let us know. And I think, Tara will just share our contact details and our all the access. So please reach out to us, if you have any questions. Thank you for being with us, and for the patience. Thank you.
So with this, I would like to also say, Arunima, if you can share the screen of the contact details so I can mention, they can reach out to us on. Thank you so much, everybody, first, the guests and also the participants. You can also reach out to us on our website, on our social media platforms. We are available on LinkedIn, Insta, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. And also we have a data room link. You can reach out to us directly from the WhatsApp. And also we do have the QR link. You can also scan, and you can fill a form or make a request. And as you can see on the screen, here we have a meeting QR code and also the WhatsApp mentioning the website, email address. You can reach out to us. We do have a very briefly business development team. There is in the meeting you can select which business development team member you want to talk to, or also you can request a general inquiry. Our team will reach out to you. So thank you so much for everyone for this amazing webinar. It was actually a nice and initiative. Like we tried from as Misa mentioned in the starting, we move forward from the presentation to the conversation and the debates and explaining. So thank you so much. TLG is growing, and at TLG we believe in transparency, security, and global opportunities, and make it simple for the audience.
And Tara, not to forget, we have, we are there in Dubai, our background speaks. Okay, I think you can mention about that also.
Yes, we are also coming on the event, which is mentioned here. On the screens, you can see it's here, right? So Immigration and Investment Industry Elite Convention, which is in 2025 on 15th and 16th June in Shangri-La, Dubai. So if you would like to meet us there, please book your slots, and you can see the 36th edition is there, and TLG Global will be present there for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gagan.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you all.